Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch our monthly call video. First of all, Happy New Year. This is our first monthly call of 2019, so thank you for joining us. We've got some exciting news for you today, so we'll go ahead and jump right in. So first of all, hopefully you know by now we had a code migration that was completed this past weekend on January 12, 2019. And this was a very successful code migration, and it did resolve a lot of the issues that we encountered as a result of the 8.0 upgrade. So some of those issues that were resolved with this code migration are the program summary report, which was causing an issue if you tried to run the report on more than one project, you would get an error message. That issue has been resolved. You may have noticed that we had an issue with the outcome scores as well. That has now been corrected. The outcome scores are now populating once again. As a result, that also corrected the issue that was causing the goals outcome to not be working properly. These issues were actually related. So when the outcome scores were corrected, it did also correct the goal outcome. Next up, if you noticed the family member enrollment feature, the add and enroll family member, when you got towards the end of the workflow, it did produce an error message. So we did actually correct that error message with this code migration as well. And last two, the non-cash benefits section had a few additional features that needed to be removed so that we were in compliance with HUD. So those additional features have been removed, and our list of non-cash benefits is now accurate. Similar to that issue with the race, if you were using the add and enroll family member feature, the race selection had additional options as well, which needed to be removed. So those also have been removed with this past code migration, which is great news. So we are working on correcting all of our issues that we encountered. There is a few remaining issues that we are hoping to have corrected soon. You can keep an eye on the HMIS website for updates on those issues, and then we will keep everyone updated as necessary as well. So next, we did have a couple of changes to some of the custom forms that we had. So we started receiving a lot of tickets after the 8.0 upgrade about error messages that were being produced by the Find Client page and the Service Summary page. So you may have encountered these issues. It seemed to be occurring when you navigated to the Find Client page or when you navigated to a Client Services page. So the reason for this was because they were custom forms, and when the upgrade happened, those forms were no longer available, so it was producing an error message for some users. It was actually causing a little bit of a slowness on those pages as well. So what we did is we actually found a baseline version of each one of those forms, and we replaced the custom version with the baseline version. The result of this is it did increase the speed of those pages a little bit, and it eliminated all of the error messages that were related to those custom forms, which is great news. So some of those changes on the baseline version of the page. On the service summary page, previously you would have the option to search for a specific service. Unfortunately, that was a custom feature which was removed when we went to the baseline version. However, you do still have the option to sort the list of services. So for example, if you're looking to see if a client has received rental assistance services, you can click on the column header, which says service, and it will actually sort it from A to Z for you. So you can scroll through and find those rental assistance services. It will also have the date on there for you as well, so that you can see the date of the last rental assistance service as well. Now on the Find Client page, two differences. The field that said last four Social Security number, that has been removed because that was one of the custom options. However, you do still have the option to search by last four digits of the Social Security number. What you can do is enter only the last four digits and leave the rest of the field blank and click search, and it will pull up results for anybody who has that last four Social Security number. Also, the Find Client page no longer has the Scan Card ID field. That as well was one of those custom features that was removed. But as a result, we now reduced the error messages as well as increased the speed of those pages. So pretty great news. So after this past code migration, we did go ahead and schedule another one for next month. This one, normally they would be on the second Saturday of the month. This one we are going to be doing 1 week early because it's going to fix a lot of the other issues that we still have. So we made the decision to do it 1 week early so that we could get those fixes ahead of time. So we do have it scheduled for Saturday, February 2nd at 9 a.m. And once again, this is going to fix some of the issues that we are currently experiencing. So hopefully the system will continue to run even more smoothly after this next code migration. As always, we will be sending out emails to remind you guys and to let you know. And then as with previous code migrations, HMIS will go down for a short period of time. But we will be working diligently to make sure that this remains as short as possible. And once it does come back up, we will begin testing, making sure HMIS is still functioning correctly, and then we'll send out an email once everything is finished. And as always, after the code migration, if you do experience any issues, please feel free to reach out to the HMIS team by submitting a ticket so that we can look into those issues for you. Next thing on our agenda is the upcoming point in time count. As you know, the HMIS team has held sessions to cover how to run the point in time count report. So we did have the mock submission on Tuesday, January 15th, which was wonderful. We encountered a lot of questions that people had, and we were able to answer those questions. So hopefully when we have the official submission, it will run very smoothly. So the official report is going to be due Friday, January 25th by 12 p.m. Now, normally the due date for this report is the day of the pick count, which is the 24th. However, this year we have extended the deadline to the next day to accommodate any shelters who may not know who's going to be staying in the shelter until the next day. So just a couple reminders, some of the issues, so some of the questions that we had about the report. One really important thing, regardless of whether you start the process on the 24th or the 25th, please be sure that the date of the service is January 24th, because that is the date of the actual pick count. So we want to make sure that that is the date that we have the service recorded. On that same note, if you add the service on the 24th, then when you run the program service summary report, you want to make sure that you select the date of the 24th as well in order to capture those services. When you're running the program service summary report, make sure you only focus on the column that says the number of clients. So there are a few different columns on the summary page. We really want to focus on just the one that says clients. The way this particular report works is there are additional columns that show the family composition of the family that the client is associated with. So if you're a shelter that, let's say, only accepts single males, then of course the only clients who are enrolled in your program would be single males, and the only ones who receive that service would be single males. However, if you look at the main report, you may see that there are a couple of children and a couple of families, and those numbers may be different than you expected. Don't worry, that is 100% okay. That is just because typically one of those clients or two of those clients is associated with a family that has children in it. But that does not mean that they are counted in your pick count. That just shows their family composition. So just focus on the client, on the column that says client, and that will show you the number of clients who receive the service. Also, if you entered the service multiple times by accident, don't worry about that. That's not a problem at all. You don't need to go back and delete all of the duplicate services. However, when you run that program service summary report, the number of entries may be higher than you expected. If that is the case, don't worry about that. We know that that is usually a result of multiple services being entered for the same client, but we know that we are focusing on the number of clients. So again, just look at that column that shows the number of clients, and if that number is accurate, then you're good to go. And hopefully we worked out all of the kinks and all of the questions during the mock submission. However, if you do have any questions when you're running the actual report, please do not hesitate to reach out to the HMIS team. We are absolutely here to help. We definitely want to help. We don't want you to get frustrated, or if you have any questions, we're here to help. And please also take a minute to look over your data quality report and make sure that we're making any data corrections that we can for those who are going to be counted in the report. When we submit those numbers to HUD, we want to make sure that all of our data is as clean as possible. So we want to make sure that demographic information is in place, we're not missing any assessments, things like that. And again, if you have any questions over that as well, please do not hesitate to reach out to us so we can help you with that. All right, just to let you guys know, we are going to be closed on Monday, January 24th in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But we will be back the next day on Tuesday, January 22nd, and we will return to normal business hours after that. So if you need anything between now and then, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. If you expect any reports to be due on that day, please try to start working on those now so that if you do encounter any issues, we can help you out with those. Next, we have some exciting news for you guys. As you may know, we have been in the process of hiring a new HMIS system administrator. So we are now in the final stages of the interview process, and we hope to be able to announce our results to you very soon. So keep an eye out for that. We're really excited about this, and it's going to be great. So keep an eye out for that announcement. Last but not least, we have our data quality spotlight, as always. So this month, once again, for the second month in a row, we have all of our AGIF projects with 0 data corrections, which is phenomenal. Way to go, AGIF. We know you work really hard on your data quality, and we really, really appreciate it. So we just want to give you some kudos for all of that hard work on your data quality. We also have one of our CHCS CYPSH projects with 0 data correction. We have 2 of our AIDS projects, the new Hopwa PH as well as the Ryan White Hopwa PH. From Endeavors, we have 2 projects, the SSVF Homeless Prevention as well as the Family Fairweather Lodge. From SAFE, we have the COC PSH 1 and 2. SAHA, we have the CSH PSH 86. From SAM Ministries, we have the TDHCA RRH project. From St. Vincent de Paul, we have the BEAR ESG Prevention. We've got Thrive with their COC RRH project, and Salvation Army Scattered Sites PSH. Way to go, guys. We really appreciate all of your hard work with data quality, and we appreciate that you're keeping up with your data quality throughout the year. This is going to make it a lot easier for you guys when we start reaching out to you when it comes time to submit reports to HUD. If you already have your data quality in place, it's going to make it a lot easier, and it's definitely beneficial for you guys. So we really appreciate you keeping up with your data quality. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to submit a ticket to us. And if you would like a copy of the PowerPoint, please also submit a ticket to us so we can provide you with that. But other than that, thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to listen to our monthly call. And we look forward to a very successful pit count this year. Thanks for listening.